video is property of MBKP International, LLC. This video we're going to talk about our CW5000 water chiller. You can get a manual for this chiller online at www.mbkpinternational.com/CW5000manual.pdf. And one thing about this video, it will all be in Celsius. The reading on here is in Celsius. Okay? One thing you want to make sure you do before you turn this machine on is you want to make sure you add water. And you want to make sure you add enough water. You can tell how much water it has in it by the water gauge in back. And it has a range of normal, alarm, or full. As long as it's in its normal range, it's fine. You can have it up a little higher if you want, but right there you can see it's at about midway, normal range. This is the alarm outlet. It's an optional feature. It would just plug into your laser engraver if the laser engraver is compatible with that. Okay, but that's just an optional feature. You don't have to use it. This is your filter. There's one on the other side as well, just 4 screws. You just want to make sure you keep that clean. Clean it at least once every month, if not more, depending on how dirty your air is in your room. It could build up dust more frequently. Just keep an eye on it, make sure it don't need clean. If it does, you just have to take it off and clean it. And there is one on the other side. Okay. So I'm going to do 3 things with this. I'm going to show you how to all the different programming in it, where you can set the parameters yourself and what you want to do. Okay. First thing you want to do is you want to push and hold the up button and the set button. In about 5 seconds, I'll go to 00. It's asking for the password. Password is 08 set by default. That's something you can change later if you want. Put in 808 and then hit set. And it will go to F0. There's 10 different ones. F0 is to set the temperature, and we'll go ahead and do that. F0 hit set, and at 25, you can go down to. Right now, it'll only let you go to 20. So let's go to that. Okay, we'll go to F, and I'll show you how to go lower later. But F1 is to set the temperature value for the intelligent control, and we'll do that. It's at -2 now. Let's go down to -5, and I'll tell you what that is later. F2 is your temperature range. It's at 0.8 now. Let's just go to the 3. This basically just the higher you set it, the less it's going to be kicking on and off. For example, if you have this set to 10 degrees, and I just set that temperature range to 3, then it's not going to kick on. Once it gets to 10 degrees, it won't kick on again until it gets to 13 degrees. So we went into the control here. Now 01 is intelligent control. Let's go into it again. 01 is intelligent control, and 00 is the constant temperature control, depending on which one you want to do. We'll keep it on 01 for now. That was F3. F4 is the water temperature higher alarm. It's set to 10. You can go a little lower if you want. Do it at 8. And that basically, I'll go to F5 now, but that's basically, it tells you, like if you got it set at 10 degrees, it's set at 8 now. When it hits 18 degrees, if it hits 18 degrees, the alarm's going to go off, and just basically tells you something's wrong. You need to check it out. F5 is the water temperature lower alarm. Set at 15 now. I'll just go down to 10 with that. And that's again the same thing. It just lets you know there's something wrong. If you got it set at 10 degrees, and it would go down to 0, and then the alarm would go off if you had that at 10 right there. Okay, now F6 is the room temperature alarm, higher alarm, and I'll go into F6. It's at 45 degrees Celsius, and I'll go down to 40 on that and set it. These are basically the parameters you want to set. Depends on what you want in here. And again, that's the room temperature higher alarm. That basically just an alarm will go off if the room temperature gets too hot. F7 is the password. 08, that's what we put in. You can change that to whatever you want. We'll put it to 22. We got the password at now. Okay, and we'll go into F8. That's the max water temperature when it's in constant mode, and it's at 30. I mean, I'm not sure why they do that, but you might as well just put it at its max, which is 40. It'll allow you to set it to. And then here's the other one, F9, and that's the lower temperature control. That's why we could only go to 20 earlier in the video. And we can go on down here and just go lower on this. Down to 06 we'll go to, and we'll set that. Now it's set to where you can go all the way down to 06 if you want to do that. Okay, and that's all the different options in here. We'll go back to F0 and I'll show you that. It was at 20 we said last. Now we can go down to 06 if you want to. And set it. Whenever you're done with all this setting here, you need to make sure you push this RST button within like 6 seconds, or it will exit out and it won't save anything. But if you push it within 6 seconds, it will save everything. And I did it there and it saved it all. Okay. Now the pump is constantly going on this, the water pump, but the cooling won't kick in unless it needs it. Okay. And if you ever need the room temperature, again, I don't know if I should mention it yet, but push down that and it tells you the room temperature. 24 degrees Celsius is the room temperature. And it'll go back to the water temperature in a little bit, which is 10 degrees Celsius. Now let's do an example. There's two different modes you can have this in: constant temperature mode and an intelligent control mode. It comes default set to intelligent control mode, and we did that on F1. We set that with F1. I think I did -5 on it, but I'll just tell you how constant temperature or intelligent control temperature works. It goes by the room temperature. Room temperature is now 24 degrees Celsius. If you set this thing to 10 degrees, -10 on the intelligent control, that means this would keep the water 10 degrees colder than room temperature. So it'd be at 14, it'd keep it at 14 degrees Celsius. So it basically keeps the water a certain degree above or below room temperature. That's an intelligent control. And I'll do an example of that right now. We'll go into the program, we'll push the up button and the set button. Okay, this password, I believe I changed it to 22. It's not 08 anymore. Okay, and we'll go to Intelligent Controls F1. And we'll go in that, and it's at -5. We'll put it back to, we'll put it to -4. So we want to keep the water at 4 degrees below room temperature. That's what you would do there. And you hit set. And you want to make sure you're in Intelligent Control. So we'll go to F3. And it's at 01, which is intelligent control. So we'll save that. And now we'll hit RST to save it. And that's basically how you do the intelligent control. Now we'll do another example here. We'll do constant temperature control, and this is what I think most people would probably want to use this for. It's just basically to set it to the water to a certain temperature and keep it at that. And again, you'll hold the up button and the set button for about 5 seconds until it goes into the password mode. And again, it's 22 now we have it set at. Okay, and now we need to change it to constant temperature mode, so we need to go to F3 first. And it's at 01, which is intelligent control. Let's change it to 00, which is the constant temperature mode you have to change it to for it to go to constant temperature. And now we'll go to F0, which is to set the temperature on the constant temperature mode. It's at 6 degrees Celsius right now. We can go up. Let's just go to like 15 degrees Celsius. We'll set it at. And now we have to save it. It's at 11 degrees right now, so it's not going to kick on for a while. But that's basically it. Again, you can get a manual online if you want to read more about it at www.mbkpinternational.com/cw5000manual.pdf. And this video is property of MBKP International, LLC.